This is Ashes of the Singularity, running on a 4.7 gigahertz, 8-core AMD FX 9590 CPU with 16 gigs of RAM and a 4 gig NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 video card. Currently, I do have the settings turned all the way down. This is a game, I guess this doesn't even have an option to turn it all the way down. You have to run this game at this kind of setting level. It will be unplayable after a surprisingly short period of time, because the way this works, I really hate having to keep explaining this. I wish more people played this game, but the way this game works, at least the way I play it, is it has an option for an unlimited unit count. And what that does is each one of those units made takes a little bit more computing performance to run. So as the game progresses, especially with the way the computer plays, typically the computer on these games, the AI, makes just vast quantities of essentially useless units. But those units suck just as much, or at least pretty close to as much computing performance to compute as, say, like one of my big battleships here. So as the game drags on, it takes more and more computing power to run this, because you've got more and more independent units on screen. Even the fastest computers I've ever used, like my newer i9-9900K that has 32 gigs and a 1080 Ti, this will eventually bring that to its knees. It's just, it runs at a decent level for a lot longer. But eventually, this is a game that basically, I guess the best way to explain it is this game will take however much computing power you have and expand into it. It's just a question of how long you have. Unless you put a unit cap limit, of course. I really find the idea of an RTS without a unit cap limit to be really appealing. I mean, look at the size of this map. This is a massive map. This is a map, I think, intended for, let's see. Crap, I can't count them, but I think this is a 12 or 14 player map. In fact, I think when you first load this map, it gives you a message that says that a 6-core or more processor is required to run it. But anyway, let's do some gaming here, see how it runs. Anyone that's seen me do demo videos of this before probably recognizes this save game file. The reason why I use the same save game file, as much as I try to switch it up a little bit on how I play the file, is because, as you can see here, I have about an hour and a half into this game. It takes about an hour and a half, at least 45 minutes to an hour to get to the point where you have enough units on screen, and he has enough units on screen to really give a demo of what this game can do. Otherwise, you're just building one little structure here, one little unit there, and it doesn't really give you a good idea. And unfortunately, I don't have an hour and a half to 2 hours to play every single time I load this game up to do a demo. It's worth mentioning as well, Ashes running at its lowest settings versus Ashes running at its highest settings, there's no discernible difference. I mean, there's a small difference, but once you really get engrossed in a game, it is not a noticeable difference. It really is not.
Dreadnought lost. Enemy dreadnought. Power capacity in dreadnought. Dreadnought. Dreadnought lost. Power capacity. Power capacity increased. Dreadnought upgrades available. Enemy dreadnought destroyed. Enemy dreadnought detected. Dreadnought lost.
Okay, so this should give everybody a pretty good idea of what to expect on Ashes of the Singularity Escalation on the FX 9590 with the GTX 970 gigabyte. With the GTX 970 4 gig video card. Anyway, I hope everybody finds this interesting, and thanks for watching the video.